Good morning. Welcome to another episode of Hooked Up Fishing, man. And I want to share something with y'all while I'm out on my way out here to fish the river channel. I hadn't fished in a while. I'm not really sure of how it's going to go. Eli called me just a while ago this morning saying that they're catching fish in Lucius. Now, it's just my luck that when I didn't go to Lucius, which I was going to go this morning, after I decided not to go to Conroe. And I'm going to try to make this quick. You know, I know people don't have time, all that talking and stuff. I'm going to share something with y'all that Mike shared with me, and it's not in any way negative. It's never going to be a shot at anybody because I don't get on like that. Okay, so I'm going to clear that up first before we even get started. But he sent me possibly a text message. If it wasn't a text message, it was on Messenger. So let's see if I can go to Messenger. Learn how to work my stuff here. See if I find Mike Bryant. Here it is. I found it. This is Mike, and as you guys can see, it's a pretty long story. Okay, so bear with me through it. It's pretty long. But he started off by saying, "Hey Alton, here's your report." That's from Conroe. He fishes 1097 like I do. "I didn't get out until almost 11 this morning." I'm late too because the bite is late. It's 9 o'clock. He said, "Your report of fish on number 1 in the rocks must have gone viral. There were people there all day. I didn't see any fish caught. I worked that bridge pretty hard. 3 keeper crappie, about 12 inches, no giants. All fish caught on that 1/16 silver, white, and pink. In addition to the crappie, very popular jig, 2 big channel cats, 2 big gaspagoo, 2 white bass, and about 4 bluegill. They were picky. Oh, he said they were pecking away at it all day. Probably waited next time so it could get down to the fish that I want, the crappie." So he figured, I guess, that it was falling too slow. "Crappie I found were scattered, caught between number 3 and 19 on the east side, holding at 15 to 17 foot deep. Tossing it past them, just like I said, and letting it swim back. Before I left, I had tied on the same color jig because the gaspagoo and catfish had shredded the first one. Anyways, second drop, he said I got a gangster, big striper. He stripped line like a fool. Couldn't do anything with him. He wrapped around the center pilot and broke everything off. I'll bet he's got a sore jaw though." Smiley face. "Beautiful day, hardly any wind. Hoping for some cooling off. Hope you do well tomorrow. Maybe you can find them. Cheers." Well, this is the thing. What I want to get at is, number 1, I put in on that lake on the east side. That bridge is over 2.5 miles long, possibly. I went all the way across to the other side of the bridge, all the way over past 2 cuts over the Scotch Ridge, which is another mile or 2, and back, and fished every pilot on that bridge on the way back, looking for the crappie, okay? And while doing that, fishing every piling, coming up with all kind of fish except the crappie, as you saw in that last video, and worked my tail off to find those fish. And then I found them in the rocks, which I show everything. I share everything. It's not a big deal. My wife gets on me about that. Stop telling everybody everything. But I'm not like that, because I firmly believe If God blesses you with something and you do your hands like that, he can't put nothing else in there. Okay, so whatever fish he got for me, I'm going to get anyway. But what I'm getting at is, I have a kayak, and I leg paddle this kayak. And I went and searched that whole bridge, every brush pile I could in between, trying to find the crappie. And for Mike to say where I found them at, it was boats everywhere. Number one, those crappie do not like trolling motors. Okay, Reggie proved that to me. We pulled up on a pile in, you know, your 14, 15, 17 or shallow or deep water, and those crappie moved to the next pile. The very first part of that video, when I didn't have the camera on, I flipped out and hit a fish when they were running off, okay, because of the trolling motor. We had to stay away from them and spot lock and pitch out to them so they will leave. So what I'm getting at is, that area that I was fishing in the kayak, you could probably only fish that in 1 or 2 kayaks. It's that small of an area that those fish are holding. Plus, that area, the fish that I was hitting, at least plus the fish that I was hitting, were in 12 to 8 foot of water. No way you're going to pull a trolling motor up on those fish and they're going to stay there. Those fish are smart. That's why you don't, you can't just go over there and hammer them. I just, I don't have a problem with it at all because it's not my water. But to give you guys some advice, you're going to either have to anchor out away from that with your spot lock and pitch up under there with a slip cork, or pitch your jig up under there and use your live scope. And it's going to be tough because they were not coming off the bottom until I bounced that jig on the bottom and bring them off the bottom. And I was able to do that in a kayak, and I just don't think you're going to be able to do that in a boat. So I would advise you to leave that for me. Y'all don't go over there and fish. Leave it for me. Let me go over there and get the fish out the rocks. Y'all go ahead. You got a motor. Fred was telling me what he does is he runs the lake, man, and finds areas that nobody's fishing. Those fish are less pressure, and for me, I tell guys this all the time. I just feel like finding your own fish is just, to me, it's major. And so, with that being said, man, like, no knock on any of you guys that were over there doing that watched the video and flooded that area. But you're not going to be able to spot lock on those fish that tight into those rocks, and they're going to stay there. Mike said he didn't see a single fish caught. It's just better, you're just better off, working that area or working other areas and finding your fish. I just wanted to open like that, man, and welcome to another episode of Hooked Up Fishing, man. Sorry about that. Let me get out of here. IPC's wrong size. For another brush pile. That one ain't holding nothing. Got a good reaction though out of that silver and gold. Real small jig head. 1/32 ounce jig head. Yeah, I'm gonna end up, you know, in
Lucy, huh?
yeah, most likely if I do, you know, it ain't gonna hurt me none. You know, I come this for, I would have spent this in gas going to Conroe, so
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
$17 ain't no thing. I'm always look at the upside of it.
Yeah, yeah, you get you some fish out of it. Shit.
Yeah,
Yeah. Hey, you didn't have to buy a minnow.
right. I ain't doing that. I forgot to say our minnows be snitching.
Yeah. well, well, all right, buddy. Shoot, I
Okay,
ain't gonna
Red.
hold you up, man. Shoot, hey, good luck out there.
All right, thank you,
Hey,
man.
hey, did you redo your, did you put some more numbers in your on you for your screen and show like that, or is
Yeah, I
that
did. I did exactly
everything?
what you said.
Oh, okay.
I got it
Okay,
exactly like you
you,
said.
you like how it's showing?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is the first time I
Yeah.
touched it since I went to default. You know, like what's his name told me. So,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I hadn't
yeah,
changed nothing. So it made a big
yeah.
difference.
Yeah, it looked like it was showing pretty good in there.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
that's what. Then I said, man, I don't see any fish on that doggone tree.
No, no, man. I mean, it was real. I'll tell you, you know, it wasn't encouraging at all. I was like, man, come on, bro. All these brush piles, and they look like this. They look like a skeleton tree. There's a tree,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah,
When
right.
if Conroe spoiled me, you can't see the tree for the crappie, and I'm like, in the
Yep,
brim, you know,
yep,
and that's
yep,
ain't
yeah.
nothing,
You so right. You
nothing,
so.
nothing like Conroe. The look, you got pretty water, and you got, uh, a greater number of
Yeah.
fish. Go to the beachfront, it's like that too.
All right, man. Well, when you get ready to do all that, man, give me a holler. Let me know. So I can see, I can make sure that I'm off.
I know, man.
All
I
right, man.
start I started to work that shoreline coming when I came in, but I worked this one this morning, bunch of small fish. All right, K man, appreciate it. All right, I will. You know why you can't see me? Oh, God. Because that's a slam. Man. I was on my way out of here and ran across this pile over here, man. Oh, Lord, it was Claudia. Hey, man. God, dog. Man. That's why you don't give up. Man, hold up. All right. It's one of them fish you could put a scale on. I'll try to find that pile again. He came out there and smashed that thing. Reggie? Call it, Reggie. Let's do this here real quick. Get this out of the way. What happened, man, I ran across a pile just leaving. I was going to go ahead and leave and go somewhere else. And ran across a pile here. Wasn't going nowhere. Roof of the mouth. £2. Might be some more big fish on these piles over here now. And I just came by here and I just started to go out that way, but I went ahead and came back out this way. And spotted one. It's a nice fish, man. Nice fish. There's one fish on the pile, one big fish on that tree limb that I got, and that was it. Work my way up on another one off of that. Get them the good fish. Ready to quit. Another nice fish. Chartreuse and black. That's where it's at, y'all. Not a lot of fish on these piles, man. I don't know. I think I'm gonna end up pulling out of here and fishing Lucius before the day is over. There's not a lot of fish on these piles at all. Compared to Conroe, oh, I got spoiled over there. It's not much, you know. You'll see maybe one or two fish, you know. See, right there, one just trying to hide in there. You have to watch for them to move. Ain't moving much. Missed him. All right, now I'm in Lucius, y'all. So I'm gonna make a run in Lucius. Lucius, at least. I'm gonna fish my way back to the right. With some new reel covers and match my rod. So let's get in here and get it, y'all. I've been having luck with the black and chartreuse. I may change up and put a silver on because I've been having luck with silver too, but we'll see. I'll get back with y'all when I get on fish. Later. All the way, I put in all the way, I put in again, once y'all just saw it, whatever, man. I went all the way past 2100, went all the way back up in there, and now I'm back here at the mouth, damn near to the lake. Man, I put in some miles chasing these fish, man, and I'm on a kayak that I got a paddle. So, I mean, it's just, to me, that's the best part about it, man, is to hunt them down and find them, you know. I ain't looking for nothing easy, man. You know where it's easy at? Everybody laying down, taking it easy. I can tell you where it's at. The cemetery. Everybody chilling. You know, it ain't happening over here, man. Gotta put in work. Get that simple. A brush pile, man. Seeing these fish on this brush pile, I said, man, this is crappie. White bag. Get yourself out of here. Lordy, Mr. Lordy, man. Whoo, Lord. That take the cake right there. White bass on the brush pile. I'll try to show y'all this box before I get out of here. Two-pound crappie. Look at that crappie, man. Look at that crappie, man. 2 pound. All of them good fish. monster fish. But I only got 5 of them. I done tried to end this video so many times it ain't funny, man. Couldn't quit. But I'm quitting now. All the way quitting. I wouldn't give a dadgum if I ran across a school of 100 of them. I'm out of here. I won't be back either. Gotta be a better way. But hey man, thanks for watching. I got a nice 2-pounder, you know. Big old 5 or some pound blue. But I got a crappie that's prehistoric, man. A real, you know why you can't see me. 2 pounds this time of year. And thanks for watching, man. I tried. I gave it everything I got. I went to the river. I came back to the bayou. It ain't happening. It is not happening here. Let's go to Conroe. But Mike said everybody watched that last video and was in the rocks. You cannot fish the rocks with sonar. I mean with spot lock in 10, 12, and 8 foot of water where those crappie are at. As soon as you come in there with a trolling motor, they're gone. So, you know, you could get away from there and pitch up in there, but you're not going to be able to fish that like that. I wasn't spooking them because I was in this, and plus it was windy and wavy. So, anyway, man, you know, I done ran all the way past 2100, all the way back to the mouth, all the way out in the river, everywhere by foot. So, guys, just use your electronics and go to places where nobody's at and find you some brush, and most likely the fish will be active there because they hadn't been pressured. So man, thanks so much for watching, man. I ran out of daylight. I don't think I'm gonna come back. Give it a little break, maybe change it up and do some salt water. Reggie's got a spot he may take me to Saturday just to get out on the boat. But you know, just thanks for rolling with me, man. It was just rough, bro. It was rough. Not much footage at all. I wanted to be able to tell you guys that without getting on anybody, you know, nerves or crossing the line or upsetting anybody. You can watch and follow me all you want, but certain areas you're just not going to be able to get in there with a trolling motor because those fish on Conroe, that last video on Reggie's boat, when we pulled up to the brush pile, those fish already start moving. They hear that, they done saw them trolling motors 100,000 times. They're going to get up out of there, man. So, you know, by the time you spot lock on them fish, they gone. You got to get way away from them and pitch to them. But I share because I want everybody to catch fish, man. But it's just certain ways you're going to have to approach them. And that's one way. You ain't going to be able to run up in there on the shallows with that, you know, trolling motor and get them fish. Mike said it was a boat stacked up in there and wasn't nobody catching fish because they're going to get up out of there. But, you know, it is what it is, man. You know, one of them deals where you're trying to help everybody out and show everybody what's happening, but certain areas you're just not going to be able to do that, you know. But thanks again, man. You saw what I got in there. Rough day, but I got after them. And I'll get back with y'all on the next episode, man. Appreciate you 100,000 million%. And remember to stay hooked up. That's with the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Later.